That's the spirit.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Tuck Rule Takes episode 165. Nice even number. I don't know if you guys have like the weird OCD like that, but you like the numbers that end in fives or that are even numbers. I like that.
So. Yeah, divisible by 5. I got you.
Yeah. My math teacher comes into play. Liam doesn't even know numbers. He doesn't know. Episode 165. I am Mike Sullivan. Liam is there with another backwards hat on with the plaid shirt on, which I wish I could wear, but I'm in Florida, so I can't. It's too hot.
My landman hat.
There it is. And then Al is with us as well. Big Blue over there in his blue sweatshirt.
You look like Violet, that fat bitch that gets stuck in the tube in Willy Wonka. Or no, she turns into a blueberry. The other bitch gets stuck in the tube. Yeah.
Come on, get your Willy Wonka lore.
I know. It's Big Gene Wilder guy.
Episode 165 of Tuck Rule Takes. Thank you for being here. First time listeners, last time listeners, whoever you are. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, I got that from the Joe Budden podcast. They say that at the beginning all the time. First time, last time listeners, everybody, because you never know when it could be your last time listener.
True.
So not a lot of stuff. We're not going to talk about playoffs right now. Of course, the Chiefs won. They used their voodoo Taylor Swift, Caitlin Clark magic.
Horseshit.
Yeah, that was crazy. Lions got bounced, so I'm sad. I have no team to look forward to.
I told you guys, we'll talk about the playoffs more in depth maybe at the end of the show, but I told you guys the Lions aren't winning the Super Bowl. Neither are the Bills.
Clearly
cursed teams do not win Super Bowls, and they're cursed, and they're not going to win. And now their kingdom's falling apart.
Speaking of kingdoms falling apart, that's not even a good segue into this. But before we get into everything, this kind of has to do with the Patriots. So, Liam, I teased it with you that I was going to bring it up. Al, you already know because I was kind of texting you throughout. Mm-hmm. This is my Kirk Minifan story, my Minifan story. Liam, you know who Kirk Minifan is, obviously. Used to work at EEI. Now he works at Barstool. Let me just get this out there. I am a fan of Kirk Minifan. I liked him. Didn't really care for him too much on EEI because I was more of a 98.5 guy when I did listen to the radio when he was on. Infamous calling Brady's kid a brat, right? Or something like that. A little spoiled brat or something, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
But he has these fans. They're called Minifans. They are crazy psychos. Love them. I think every fan base needs to have your crazy kind of core. But that crazy core is all of the fan base there. So, Kirk Minifan on Thursday of last week, I think it was Thursday night, Thursday afternoon, whenever it was, tweeted, sources say that Robin Glazier, Patriots, what is she, vice president of football business, is going to be stepping down and resigning. He was the only one who had that report. No one else had it. No other insiders, no Mike Reese, Evan Lazar. No one else had anything, even if you want to slum it with Ben Bolin and Greg Bedard. No one had anything. So I retweeted it, and I was like, I can't believe you fool, but paraphrasing my tweets, but I said, you fools are listening to Kirk Minifan. Look at where the source is coming from. He's also the one who said Mayo was going to get fired in 48 hours after a random Thursday night loss. Like he has like a 20% hit ratio on his stuff, right? He's even said on his show that he does this stuff to troll. He said if Belichick becomes ready, Tom Brady's going to bring him in, and that, or if Tom Brady becomes part owner of the Raiders, he's going to bring in Belichick. They're going to do this. Those are the reports. Like this is what he does. I had no ill will towards it, but I was just like, you guys are morons. Can't believe you're doing this. Whatever. The next day comes Friday. Guess what happens? Robin Glazier steps down, and all of a sudden, I look at the report. I'm like, okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. I get random retweets of those Minifan tweets, just random people who like I don't follow, some who I know because they're the same morons that go back and forth with me and like to troll a lot. And I'm like, I'm too old for this. I don't need to deal with that. Then all of a sudden, Kirk Minifan. Oh, of course I do, but I stopped now, and I'll tell you why towards the end why I stopped. Kirk Minifan retweeted my tweet. And I'm not saying this is a badge of honor. None of this is a badge of honor. I don't care in that sense. I'm explaining the situation. Kirk Minifan says, apologize now. Do it. I didn't apologize. Of course not. Because guess what, guys? At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about Robin Glazier. And guess what? No one else should. Do you know what she does? I was listening to Mike Reese talk about it with Felger and Maz. And God forbid I bring them up, but I'm bringing them up because of Mike Reese. She was like the HR department, the liaison between the team and the league to make sure rules were getting followed, to kind of be like the mouthpiece of Robert Kraft. That's why Belichick always brings her up, because they probably butted heads a little bit, because, it was kind of, she was Kraft's consigliere, so to speak, or whatever. No one should know who she is. The reason why people care about her is because of that Dynasty doc that came out before. She was featured in it for some reason, like two
Yeah,
to
it was
She has good
because
standing with the Crafts.
well, it was
yeah.
the reason that it was mentioned was because her first day in the Patriots organization was when Spygate was going down and when it was like the pinnacle of it. So I think there
Yes.
was the rumor that like they told her, "Hey, get a hammer and like destroy all the tapes or something
There
like
was the
that."
video of her walking down the hallway with a hammer. Obviously, it was a staged one because they were going with what everybody was saying. But that's
Right.
basically what it was. She would make sure that, like, whatever the team's doing before it gets to the league, she would make sure that it's compliant with their rules, pretty much, right? Which then makes you think, I wonder why Belichick didn't like her that much, right?
Yeah.
So I digress, because I love Belichick. I like Kirk Minahan. I don't give a fuck about Robin Glazier. And all of a sudden, I'm getting these retweets, people commenting under it. Oh, you fucking loser. You didn't know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, dude, I was fucking wrong. I don't give a shit. So I'm drinking a little bit. I'm texting Al. I'm like, buddy, I'm getting attacked right now by these Minifans. Like, what's going on?
By these
I'm,
Minifans.
I'm scrolling through Twitter. Liam, I see a tweet on my For You thing, not even following. It just says, who the fuck is Mike Sullivan?
Yo.
I don't even know who the person was. I don't follow them. They don't follow me. It was just, who the fuck is Mike Sully? So I thought someone commented underneath, and it was a picture of Mike Sully Sully from Monsters Inc. I thought that was funny, but I tweeted a GIF to, like, retweeted it with like the blinking eyes GIF, like, yo, I'm Mike Sullivan. I got followed from a couple people, which is weird because I
Nice.
still have a couple people following me strictly to, like, crack of dawn, 9 o'clock in the morning, retweet anything I say with like an emoji, or like I tweeted something about wrestling and they
So people
retweeted
are
that.
following you just to hate on the shit that you
It's
post?
they're fucking weirdos, dude. Weirdo. But I was going back and forth with some people. One dude took my face and like
This
cut
is the
it out
best
of my
part.
picture. And like, that meme where it's like the person like crying angry and they have a mask on?
Yeah.
That like meme? My face was the mask. The creativity on these people is insane. And I'm like, guys,
I'm gonna see if I can find that real quick.
I
Did
am.
you did you
good.
did you retweet that?
I sent it to you, Al. I texted it to you.
You did. Okay, let me see
Yes,
if I
I
can
did.
find it.
So
The
and I was like,
Minifans strike again.
dude, they're psychos. But like, I love the passion though. I love it because I get
Yeah.
it, man. It's fun. But like, but you
Oh,
have all these
I-
people
I-
following me. That
if I-
that guy, you have it there. Can you
Yeah, I
show it to
got
the
it.
camera? Can
I got
can
it.
that's my face. I was like, dude, that is going to be the picture for this episode, by
That's
the way.
so
Just
good.
letting everybody know. That's going to be the
Yeah, it
picture for
should.
this episode.
That is so
Um,
good.
Oh
But-
my gosh.
But and again, I'm not saying this as any sort of badge of honor. I don't care. It's funny to me. Now, where it started to get a little crazy. Oh, by the way, there's that fucking dude, displaced Bostonian. Liam, you don't know.
Yeah.
Al, I don't know if he's a
I've
fucking
seen him.
loser. And he's the type of guy where I'll explain it after I say the next part. Because they have like their little merry band of fucking loser moron idiots. If you go to my Twitter, and this is something that I never brought up, Al, you brought up your what you were going through. I don't think I ever really said why I missed an episode back in October. So this was why. If you go on my Twitter, msully5433, fucking look, or just fucking search the name
Make
Mike
memes
Sullivan.
with his face
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, and then one dude was like, "Oh, the displaced Bostonian dude." He's like, searching your name. I'm like, first of all, my name is Mike Sullivan. It's the most common fucking name in the world. Why would I
Literally.
search my own name? Whatever.
Very common name.
But if you go to my Twitter, my pinned tweet is my wife did the notes app. She broke open the notes app, like, the players who are in issues, they type a bunch of stuff. My wife and I had a miscarriage in October. So that's why I missed an episode. It was a whole thing. Obviously, highly don't recommend that because it's not a good time
Doesn't sound
for
very
anybody.
fun.
But she wrote this very nice thing. She wrote it very well, which is ironic because I'm the writer in the relationship. I'm better with my words, but she wrote a really nice thing. All the Patriots people or anybody who I interact with, they all very cordial, liked it, whatever. Great. Sorry you're going through this, whatever. The Minifans decided to comment on that, some of them, or DM me
way.
about that. One guy said, "You're gay." In my head, I was like, clearly, the post shows I'm not because
Like,
come on, buddy. And like, you're not gonna, and then want to trigger, you want to say I'm being triggered about this. What, and allow me to just rant for a second. This isn't being triggered. This is you fucking losers, whether you're the 16, 17, 18-year-olds who tweet this shit and show their friends like, oh, look what I said. He had a miscarriage. I did this. Or you're the fucking loser 35, 40 plus year olds who you probably have a kid. And yet you say all these bad things about women or my pinned tweet and stuff like that online. You guys are fucking losers. You guys are fucking pieces of shit. And this isn't Mike being triggered. This is Mike saying, maybe don't be a fucking vile, evil fucking human being. Because I would never wish what happened to me on anybody. But what I will wish, I can't say death, right? So I'll say scalping.
But we can wish a miscarriage on them.
See, you want to know why I won't say that, Liam? Because I know what I went through with that and my wife and I wouldn't even do that. I'm not going to stoop to that level. But the level I did stoop to, I brought up the show You a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
There were a couple people where I probably spent a little bit too much time, like I told you guys.
Yeah, you joked them.
I found where some people were based out of, found what some people actually look like. Displaced Bostonian. I know you're a fat, out of shape white guy. I know that. You spend your time going from the West Coast to the East Coast. I found these things up. So in my head, there was one guy. He's a real estate guy up in Maine. In my head, I was like, I want to show up to your job. Just be like, hey, man, didn't appreciate that. Not do anything, but just say, hey, just keep in mind, I didn't appreciate that. I'll see you later. And then walk out. I'm crazy enough to do that. I definitely could, but I want to do the terrifying thing. But I digress. That was just me having fun. That's being triggered. If I showed up to where you were and I beat the shit out of you, that's being triggered. You fucking losers.
Clearly, so you wouldn't have got along very well in the Crescent Valley and Mesopotamia, where, you break somebody's hand, they cut off your hand, you damage somebody's eye, they stab you in the eye. Like, that's clearly not the type of culture you'd become from. Yeah. To break your hand, you kill them. That doesn't sound like it equal.
But yeah, and it keeps going. This guy, every time, and this isn't any Twitter name I've been talking about. This one dude's following me. I tweet in the morning sometimes. I go to the gym early as shit. Al knows I text him sometimes. I get back from the gym. That's when I fire off some tweets. I'm like, whatever. No one's up. Let me just speak into the void. This fucking dude, he probably gets up from like 8 to 8:30. I must be on his mind when he wakes up. Because I get
on my mind when I wake up.
Or some sort of, in a good way. This dude, actually, this one, it's like a weird, like, obsession way. But like, please keep going. I don't know if they're listening to this. I don't know how crazy these Minifans are.
They probably
But please keep going. That's fine. Just know I got out my anger by trying to find where some of you people live. I do go to New Hampshire every once in a while. I do go to New England every once in a while. So just keep that in mind.
Aren't you also potentially coming back full time too?
Oh, I am. Yeah. Disposable income. I can kind of go back and forth. Flights aren't crazy. I have cars up there that I can drive. Family cars. I'm not rich, but so just kind of not a threat. It's just like a, hey, what if?
Yeah.
Just like a what if type.
Kid's gonna go full Punisher. He's got a list of Twitter followers that he's gonna vigilante.
What's the what is it? Happy Gilmore when he has the list or whatever.
What's his name? No, Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Yeah. Man, I'm glad I called.
He crosses it off.
Man, I'm glad I called.
Puts lipstick back on his face and stares in the mirror. That's gonna be me. But yeah, that's all. Man. It was crazy. It's still going on. I like it. I don't know why.
I like it.
It's a weird thing, dude. I think people just got to be better online. You can go back and forth. Trolls are going to happen, but grow up. Like what? It's so weird to me, but whatever. I'll see you guys when I see you, though. I'll see you when I see you.
The fucking Minifans.
You want to know?
I like Kirk. I'm sorry. Al, what were you going to say?
Do you know why all this happened to you? Do you want to know the reason why that you haven't even acknowledged, and I don't even think you realize?
Why?
Because you have the blue check mark. Because you have the blue check mark next to your name.
Love it.
No, but seriously, those guys like Kirk Minahan and others wouldn't be able to reply to you, wouldn't be able to even like look at your profile. But because you have that blue check mark, everybody can see first what you're posting. And that's not even like on you for doing it. Like you want to do that. That's your business. Whatever. But
Yeah,
like with that comes
You
great
are so right.
responsibility.
you
So
are
you're
right.
the
And
Because
guess
one.
what? Yeah.
comes an army of Minifans
Oh, that's
fucking
another thing.
knocking
That
at your
yeah,
door.
some people, this dude pays for Twitter. You're goddamn fucking right. You know why? One, my shit, when you have a blue check mark, your tweets get out there more. We're trying to start a podcast. We're trying to get stuff going. So I figure, you know what, guys? I'll bite the bullet. I'll pay the few bucks a month and I'll do that. Also, I don't like ads. So you
True.
pay for that, get those out of the way, right? Sweep those under the rug. Now I can also DM some people who normally won't get DMs if you don't have the check mark. So guess what, guys? Who fucking cares? You will not get me because I don't care about all that loser stuff. Oh, this guy tweets about wrestling. Yeah, the dude who did that, I said, oh man, so you don't like TNA? You think they'll be good with NXT? What do you think about this guy? He didn't answer because he
Of
doesn't
course
know.
not.
I know wrestling. You don't. Fuck off.
I wouldn't brag about that.
Dude, wrestling is huge, man. It's on Netflix now. It's actually on tonight.
Everything's on Netflix.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, that's my Kirk Minifan story. I mean, and like I said, I'm a fan of Kirk. It's crazy. Oh yeah, one dude, he tweeted something. He was like, "Oh, it's always the guys who write about sports who whatever have their head so far up their ass." And I was like, "Oh, I guess I write about sports now."
Yeah.
That haven't written about
But
sports in
that's
over a
not
year.
We're
entirely
talking about
Haven't
untrue.
haven't
That's
written
not
about sports in
entirely
over a year,
untrue.
Al. Well over a year.
You
I
you
haven't written
had
about
your own
sports.
you had your own blog. You wrote for
I
Couch
still
Guys. So
do. I
technically
still do.
that's not untrue.
I am currently ranking the third generation of Pokemon. You guys want to make fun of me for that too? I would. It's a loser thing to do.
Yeah.
No, but Al, this is the thing. I haven't written about sports in over 2 years.
Right.
Do you want to know why he said that? Because he saw in my Twitter profile, I have Barstool versus America alumni. It's a fucking joke. I was on there. I was on one episode. I was teamed with Kelly Keegs. We were eating seafood. Like it, the whole thing is like, that's my claim to fame. I
Right.
was on an episode. I had like 2 minutes of screen time. The guy's like, has Barstool in this thing, doesn't even write for sports. You guys are fucking losers. You're the losers, not me. I'm secure in my loserdom, which makes me not a loser. So
Yeah.
like,
With all this wrestling and you ranking Pokemon talk, it's honestly incredible. Like it's a modern miracle that you are even in the place to have a miscarriage. Like you are a complete outlier.
yeah, so like kind of a good thing, right? Then I
Yeah.
guess
Oh, it
that's what
is.
you're
You're an
trying to say.
overachiever for
No, it's
sure.
like
Yeah,
overachiever.
because
No,
I
it's
promise you, no one else ranking Pokemon, they don't know
dude,
what the
I ranked the
mythical
first
clitoris is.
151. I go back and read it every month. It's the funniest thing I've ever written.
Oh
Hilarious.
Lord.
Hilarious. But yeah, so that's that. But the Robin Glazier thing, that is something that actually happened. So we're done with my story unless you guys have anything that I wouldn't imagine, but unless you have anything
No,
to add
let's
or
Again,
comment.
this does speak to a greater picture though, where it's like we're a Patriots podcast and we love the Patriots, and I can name you every fucking starting player on the Patriots between
Mhm,
now and we'll say the year of my birth, 1997. I'll
mhm.
100% accuracy from 2000 onward. But
Yep.
if Robin Glazer or some random staffer retires that I don't know about, I don't give a fuck. Like I don't know the janitors or the equipment guys or
You
anything like that
shouldn't.
because I'm not in the building. First of all, like if I was a pit player, I'd probably take pride in knowing those people. But like, no matter how much of a fan of a sports team you are, like no one knew Tommy DeVito's agent until he was on TV looking all super Italian. I don't
Yeah.
know any of the high name. If it wasn't for LeBron James, I'd have no idea who Rich Paul is. Like I don't know any of these behind the scenes sports guys, these Jerry Maguires, these faceless weirdos out there.
Nope.
I don't know any of them. And that's kind of the way it should be. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's strange that they took that so
No, you
seriously.
shouldn't, dude. And that whole thing kind of goes to where Patriots fans are right now. A lot of these people aren't even Patriots fans. They probably stopped being Patriots fans. One when Brady left, and now when Belichick
Oh,
left, and
definitely.
that's where the Robin Glazier stuff comes from. Because now we'll kind of adjust into her, not into her, but you know what I mean about her. But actually, before we do that, guys, I do want to say something. If you're wondering where you can hear us, where you can watch us,
Yeah.
where you can, I saw the post it. Fuck yeah, we're getting good, baby. Let's go. Third
Yeah, we
generation
are.
Pokemon. That's me. Go to sportspider.com. That's spider with a Y where the I is supposed to be, baby. Go there, go to NFL, go to Patriots. You will see us there. Take a gander, take a listen. And then while you're out there, maybe go to YouTube. If you got to catch up on some episodes, go ahead. We got some good ones in there. But then also just scroll through, click, read everything else. You won't see my writing up there because I do not write for the Patriots right now. Although I'm gonna start writing now because that one person's tweet kind of got the juices flowing again. But yeah, Sports Spider, go check them out. Also, Also, the reason we're here, and it's not just Al, Couch Guy Sports. Go to couchguysports.com, just as it sounds. No Y's, no I's, no nothing, just normal spelling there. Click around, all different sports, everything going. I think even Liam, you might hate it. There's a section for WWE. There was
Yeah,
a
I do
wrestling
hate that.
section. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit going on. I was on
I
there
was
one
thinking
time.
more along the lines of a very handsome co-host on this show, not named Al or Mike, also does a Patriots podcast that is worth, or a Celtics podcast
Oh,
that's
you do
worth
two
checking out
Patriots
as well.
podcasts. You do a
Yeah,
Patriots
well,
podcast behind our backs.
I have a separate Patriots podcast with people that don't rank Pokemon or do math in their free time.
That
So
must suck,
it's
dude. That
yeah,
must
no,
suck.
Yeah, no, I don't. See, you got it wrong. I don't do math in my free time. See, you don't even know. That
I
He
that's
bet
doesn't
you
know.
do. I
He
bet
doesn't
you
know.
do.
He's too
I
busy.
really
I've
don't.
seen you scoping out those books on DraftKings. I know what you're doing here.
You know
Wow,
what he's doing? He's probably one of the guys who's been trolling me on Twitter. Liam is.
Oh,
He's
you
probably
got
got this
me.
I
whole
would love to
secret
have a burner,
You
but I
got
would
me.
say
burner
I
account.
would
Oh,
say
Mike,
that's actually a
Sully
fun
sucks.
challenge.
09, 25. Yeah, that's me. Just so you
Yeah.
know.
Probably. I bet it is.
But you would know if it was me. I would say some heinous shit, and you'd be like, I can't believe what this fucking
I'd be like,
guy said to
I
me.
see scalping. This is Liam.
Yeah,
I know who this is.
100%. Yeah.
I know
It's
who
a
this is.
trademark.
Yeah, that's in there. Hi,
Um,
Liam.
but yeah, Coach Guy Sports, Sports Spider. Thank you to both you guys for getting us out there. Appreciate it very much. Everybody go take a look, check, listen to us, read, listen to all the other stuff too. Liam, you said you do a Celtics podcast though. That's on Coach Guy too, right?
The Raptors, baby.
Yep. Yep. Go listen to Celtics. We're not going to talk Celtics, but a little bumpy road right now, but
Yeah,
I'm not
it's not
worried. I'm
great.
not worried. Long season.
Well, they're
Long
also, as we're recording, they're playing Golden State in Golden State. And they're up 36 in the fourth quarter, so that's
Golden
good.
Close
State
game.
sucks.
Close game. Jalen Brown's got to do a really emphatic dunk to kind of, nail that one home. That's
Yeah, except the reserves are in, so I think you lost there, pal.
one game I need him to dunk. Whatever.
Son of a
Whatever.
bitch.
We are not a betting podcast. Not right now, at least. But yeah, so Robin Glazier's out. She's one of the names that are out. Again,
We're all
has
devastated.
nothing to really do with RIP. Has nothing to do with anything. Like she was really, I guess she was like the special assistant, whatever, to Mayo. People are saying she's the reason Mayo. So what I was, if you're a fan of the Patriots and not like paying attention more to the behind the scenes stuff, she means nothing in the grand scheme of things. All this
To
means
90% of people.
and she should mean 0 to like 100%. It's nothing against her, whether you think she did good, bad, anything, whatever. She's with the team for a long time, years. Get out of here. Mike Vrabel cleaning house. Speaking of Mike Vrabel cleaning house, though, there were a bunch of other coaches that were fired as well. Tight ends coach, running backs coach, wide receiver coach, a coaching assistant wide receiver coach. Basically, Vrabel is cleaning house. He did keep special teams coach Jeremy Springer, though. So I think that we were all kind of on that bandwagon of him keeping Jeremy Springer. But yeah, any of these coaches, yeah, I know I didn't name their names, but any of these coaches you guys would have wanted to keep. My only one was like maybe the tight ends coach because the tight ends have been doing well, but I mean, I'm not going to like cry about it,
Yeah, I was gonna say Bob Bicknell getting let go is a little surprising
Tight ends
considering the
coach,
production of Hunter Henry and Austin Hooper last year. But you know what? I think with that one, it's a tight end, coaching position. They're a dime a dozen. There's no name that really sticks out. And I'm just thinking in terms of the old Patriots regime when like Dante Scarnecchia was the guy for the offensive line. And when you lost him, you lost something significant. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it's, you never heard of any of these guys. The only one you really heard of was Tyler Hughes because the wide receivers did nothing. So you knew that was coming. So
yeah, hey, real quick, as we're talking 4 minutes ago, I tweeted earlier today. I said, dude said we are going to conquer Mars, and Elon was elated as I've ever seen anyone about space. Do you know who retweeted it? The guy who follows me, who hates me. As we are recording this, he retweeted it with 3 skulls. Bro, whatever. I'm just saying, these people are obsessed with me. We have fans. We do. I'm sorry.
You have
Keep
fans.
going.
Yeah.
I have.
I'll
try to bring them over.
It might be like the John Lennon fans where they eventually kill you in cold blood while you're walking into a hotel.
There's going to be one in the window right here.
100%.
It's going to be terrifying. No. I'll find
Mark
them before
David
they find me.
Chapman.
Don't worry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Al. Keep going though. My bad, man.
No, that's all I had. I mean, it's not surprising that we're seeing a bunch of coaches out of here, and it's not surprising that we're starting to see some coaches' names come out there. I mean, Mike Reese had a tweet literally like 5 minutes ago. Ryan Cowden, I think the name is, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, for defensive coordinator from the Dolphins, coach with Vrabel
Mhm.
for his entire tenure in Tennessee. So I mean, we're gonna see some names coming around,
Yep.
which is good.
Yeah. He was actually on my
Ryan
list.
Crow, sorry, I said Crowden. Ryan Crow, sorry.
Yeah. I was looking at it too as you said it. Yeah, we'll talk about that too. Because I have, like I said, I got a list, some offensive coordinators, some ones that they actually did interview, and then also some defensive coordinators. But yeah, Liam, all the coaches are gone. You happy about it? You happy Jeremy Springer's
Sorry,
here? I know you
team
guys don't care
sucks.
about
Clear
special
house.
teams.
Literally ship them all out on a prison bus. They should all be sent away to Shawshank. I don't want to see any of them. They're all disgusting, contaminated, awful, blasphemous, disgusting
Offensive line
creatures.
coach too. You said contaminated. That reminded me of what you said about the
No, it
offensive
was
line
actually I was
coach.
wrong. So it was the defensive line coach. His name's Jerry Montgomery. I talked a ton of shit to his son at a
Okay.
preseason game. Yeah, he was sitting in front of me, and I was like, "Hey, kid, like, where'd you get the on-field pass?" And he goes, "Oh, my dad's a coach." And I was like, "No way! Like, who's your dad?" And he was like, "Oh, he's the defensive line coach." I was like, "Oh, that's not cool at all." And he was like, "Yeah, we just moved here." I was like, "Nice." From where? He's like, Green Bay. He's like, he just got fired. And I was like, oh, he couldn't have been very good at his job if he got fired. And I was like, oh, like where you living and stuff like that. He's going to like Needham High School or something like that. I was like, they suck at football. That's going to be brutal. I was like, what position are you? He's like, I'm a defensive tackle. I was like, no one likes defensive tackles. That sucks. Just usual. We had great banter. He was a good kid. He talked a lot of shit back. It was fun.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, the Patriots offensive line coach did also get fired. So
Yeah.
he's someone who's gone, who would
Yeah.
make that. So you can actually go talk shit to his son if you want to, if he has one. Since
I will.
that's
Well, he was good. He called me fat and gay, so I was like, all right, we
oh,
got a little exchange going on here. I was like,
perfect,
this is
perfect.
fun.
Look at that, look
Yeah.
at that. You got called gay. I got
Yeah.
called gay. Now
And
we just
I
gotta
was
find
like, you're
someone to call
13,
out.
buddy. Like, I'll kill you and bury you underneath the stadium.
Oh, dude, I had those thoughts over the weekend. So trust me about being.
Yeah.
So don't worry, I'm there with you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there
But,
strapping up.
I'm the 27-year-old talking shit to a 13-year-old too, so you take the
Yeah,
good with the
then
Feel
bad.
that
bad,
makes
I
you
Who's
know.
really winning here? I am, but like,
Exactly. Uh,
definitely.
um, but yeah, so basically, he's cleaning house. He did keep Jeremy Springer, like I said though, which is good. Because I guess the Patriots had the second ranked special teams last season.
Yeah, according to Pro
Huge
Football
upgrade.
Focus.
Bryce Behringer, love him. Love him a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess the other guy, Frank, say his last name, Al. Frank Perino.
Oh, Pereno. Yeah, Frank
Frank
Pereno.
Perino, Vrabel's bringing him in, or expected to bring him in as the strength coach. He worked with Vrabel before. This one got my attention. So Jeremy Stryker, I think is how you say his last name.
Yeah.
Strike, whatever. They nicknamed him Stretch. He was basically what Ernie Adams was to Bill Belichick, football research director. So whenever you say that Vrabel is bringing in his version of Ernie Adams, and he has a nickname Stretch because he's tall as fuck, I'm in. So you can see that Belichick, that Vrabel is like building his staff right now. Yeah. So I like all the moves. He's bringing in different minds to look at people. Elliot Wolf is still on, but I guess Elliot Wolf is gonna. There's like rumor, no one really knows, but I guess he's gonna maybe focus more on like scouting. That's what he likes to do. There's a new system that he's implementing, I guess. So I don't know. We'll see. A lot of new things coming for the Patriots with that sense. With those guys there. But the Patriots did have two offensive coordinators come in to visit over whatever the week or something like that. One of them was not Josh McDaniels, which we'll talk about him in a little bit. Just to everybody keeps bringing up him. I don't know why. One of the guys, I wrote down so many fucking notes. Can you guys see? You guys can't see. You can't see the notes. There they are.
No, I just saw it.
Yeah, real quick. They brought in the Thomas Brown, who, if that name sounds familiar, he's the Bears interim coach. He was also their offensive coordinator. Yes. Funny, he actually interviewed for the offensive coordinator job last year. I forgot that. I must have missed that. I don't know. I don't know what happened. He was the passing coordinator with the Bears. Like I said, he was also offensive coordinator with the Bears. He got fired from Carolina before that. He was the passing coordinator. I mean, he was the offensive coordinator over there. He was with the Rams as well. He was the running backs coach, tight ends coach. Then he was also the assistant head coach over there too. So he's got a bunch of coaching experience. But Thomas Brown, I know that none of us are coaching experts, but just kind of hearing what he's doing. He was the offensive coordinator, interim head coach with the Bears. That's what he's been doing. How would you guys feel about that? I guess as much as you can give with what you know about him. I'm
Yeah,
sure no one's elated, but I mean,
it's not something that gets you really, really excited or gets you talking about it.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just like it just seems so inglorious. Like none of these names are wildly sexy. And I guess like Ben Johnson was really the sexiest name out there.
mhm.
And he's gonna go become a head coach. But like, and maybe I'm trapped in the past and there's just too much nostalgia going around. But there used to be a time that I would just get wet off a great signing, like a stellar offensive coordinator job, and I would be dripping fucking Ganges wet. And now it's all these names that are just my created players in 2K, like Thomas Brown and like all these like generic fucking names of people that I've never heard of, these, faceless, eyes wide shut weirdos that are supposed to come in here and save the franchise. I want box office. I want big names. I want somebody recognizable. I want a amount of work that I can look at and go, okay, they were the offensive coordinator for so and so. Like I heard rumors about the Rams offensive coordinator. I'm like,
Yep,
okay, like I can look
he's on
at
my
that. I
list.
can I
Mhm.
can go and I can see that. And that's a body of work that I can examine. And that can get me fired up. Passing game coordinator for a team that blew wind and lost their last 8 games. That doesn't get me fucking excited. No, I'm not thrilled.
Yeah, I mean, I will say one thing, especially the next guy I'm going to mention as well, Marcus Brady, who was the Chargers passing coordinator. A little bit more exciting, right? But what people are saying, these two gentlemen satisfy the Rooney Rule, the fucking vaunted, ever
The
hated Rooney Rule.
classic.
So, but the next guy though, Marcus Brady, not to be confused with Tom for many reasons. He's the Chargers passing coordinator from 2018 to 2022. He was the Colts assistant quarterback coach, then also was their quarterback coach too. Then he went, Liam, you'll like this. He was the Colts offensive coordinator for a year and a half, but then he went to the Eagles, was the senior offensive assistant there
Which
for a couple
year?
of years, 22 to 23.
Hmm.
And then he went to the Chargers, obviously, to be their passing
So he was
coordinator.
there for their Super Bowl year. That's promising.
Yeah. I guess I kind of looked up like what he's known for, what kind of offense he runs. He likes to marry the run and pass, I guess. What the hell is that? Oh, play action. He likes to have multiple plays out of the same look. So he kind of keeps the
Good.
defenses guessing.
Nice.
Wouldn't hate it. I'd be more between these two guys, just assuming these were the ones, just the fact that you were the passing coordinator for the Chargers. I would prefer him, I guess. Like there's not, I wouldn't be like, I don't have strong feelings either way. But yeah, Marcus Brady, thoughts at all from you guys, if you have any strong ones about him?
I mean,
Better. It's like a better body of work. But again,
Mhm.
and it's nice to say all these things. Like I remember my senior year of high school, we got a new coach, and like hit the way he talked about his offense before the season made it sound like we'd be running a high flying dynamic, spread offense, and it was going to be incredible. And then we got in there and won 2 games. And granted, we're a bunch of unathletic white guys from Hingham, but like the plays weren't great either. And like nothing, his vision just like was, grandiose in the offseason and not great in execution. So yeah, it's nice, like multiple looks out of the same formation. Yeah, I kind of think that's a standard. So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like there's nothing crazy. Al, any thoughts?
yeah, nothing, again, nothing
Nothing
really
crazy.
stands out. Liam's happy because he was with the Eagles for a year. Like, cool,
Mhm.
a
but
Super Bowl year, 2 years.
they lost. But anyway, but
Get fucked. Jalen
it's,
Hurts had 330 yards in a
Jalen
Super
Hurts
Bowl.
sucks now.
You
they still lost.
suck.
But again, nothing stands out. Nothing just stands
Yep.
out about this guy.
Yeah, no, nothing crazy. Maybe these next guys, we got three guys from the Rams who could be like on the radar. People are saying look out for them. One name you guys are familiar with, Nick Caley, former tight ends coach here.
Yep.
Went over to the Rams tight ends coach, and then he was the passing game coordinator as well over there. Wouldn't hate that. I know that, kind of we'll talk about it with Josh McDaniels, but like I know people don't like oh, I want brand new. I don't want anybody from the old regime. I don't give a shit, dude. If they work, they work. I'd be cool with that. Mike LaFleur, not to be confused with Matt LaFleur, the Rams offensive coordinator. Matt LaFleur, though, Vrabel did hire over in Tennessee for a year. And then he kind of left. So that'd be kind of like a kind of poetic justice having the brother come over here in New England when he had the other brother over in Tennessee. And then how do you say the last name? Dave Ragone? Al, do you know how to say that guy's last name? The Rams
Is,
quarterback coach?
I think is it
Ragno.
Ragone?
Yeah. Yeah, Ragone. I'm
Ragone,
sorry.
Ragoni. It could be a
I don't
variation.
hear these names. I just read them. But Rams quarterback coach. So that's another one that people are saying might be in the mix if he does get some interviews and stuff. I'm assuming those are all going to be kind of West Coast systems. They're over there under Sean McVay.
Right.
That's kind of what it would be. Now, those names, you guys, do you feel stronger about any of those names? Maybe Nick Caley and the Rams offensive coordinator more so than the quarterbacks coach. How do you guys feel about those
Yeah.
ones?
Nick Caley is somebody that, like you said, has been named before, hasn't been an offensive coordinator, but a lot of people were saying in the industry that he's a star in the making.
Yep.
He has all this like creativity and stuff with the offense. So you know what? If they ended up getting Nick Caley as their offensive coordinator, it'd be like, okay, it's been a couple years overdue, but let's see what he does.
Yeah. Do
So
you
I
have
mean,
and this is kind of to you and Liam. Do you guys have any reservations about player or coaches who haven't really called plays before or really like kind of schemed up play? You know what I mean? Like just
a
kind to
little bit, but
okay.
always too, like what I always think back to, I think to this expression, how do you gain experience if nobody gives it to you?
You got exact. Yep, that's my thoughts too.
You
Exactly.
have to. Yeah,
100%.
yeah, you have to give somebody a chance because you can't always. Because the problem is, and Liam said this, like you used to get really excited about like offensive coordinators and like different things. It's because all these coaches just cycle through. They cycle through and they keep going and going. Look
You're
at
used
Robert
to the
Saleh.
names.
He's a perfect example. He was the 49ers defensive coordinator for a number of years. He gets the Jets head coaching job. He gets fired. Now what's he doing? He was getting at first a lot of defensive coordinator jobs. Now recently it's been ramping up for head coaches. But again, it's an example of they just cycle through and
Mhm.
cycle through and cycle through.
Yep.
I mean, look at old friend Josh McDaniels, someone that's been brought up. Patriots OC, Denver head coach, back to the Patriots. Then he's with the Raiders. Now he's looking at potentially either coming back to the Patriots or being an OC somewhere else.
Was with the
So
Colts for 7 hours.
yeah, I was with the
Yeah, a
Colts
little
for
bit,
a
a little
very
bit.
short period of time before he decided, yeah, that was the stupidest thing ever. But
Yeah.
again, it's just, like it cycles through, it keeps going. There's no creativity really. Like I give the Chargers credit for hiring Jim Harbaugh. Like I know he was in the NFL before, but he hadn't been for years. At least that's, a little something different.
Yeah. And that gets people excited. One, because he took his former NFL team to a Super Bowl, and two, he was a damn established coach in college for a terrible franchise.
Mhm.
But I I think the Kaylee LaFleur thing, they both come with ebbs and flows and high upside and downside. Kaylee brought like up tempo, like passing concepts and packages to the Rams that the old Tom Brady Patriots used to use, where it would be you bark out one word at the line of scrimmage and everyone knew what was going on.
Mhm.
Um, so that's cool. Like I think he probably does know what he's doing, but he's never worked intimately with a quarterback either, so that's a downside there.
Mhm.
LaFleur has a killer resume, 7 seasons with
Yeah,
Kyle
I'd like that.
Shanahan.
I would like that.
Yeah, offensive play caller for the Jets for 2 years, got fucking fired though, and then ended up with the Rams. Which we know Sean McVay is probably doing a lot of the play calling with the Rams. Like call a
Mhm.
spade a spade. It's like Byron Leftwich being Tom Brady's offensive coordinator. I'm going to give LaFleur the same treatment. Like, I'm not impressed because Sean McVay is the offensive coach, and we all know this. Um, But, you can look at it both ways where he got fired as the Jets offensive coordinator, but he was working with Zach Wilson. So can you blame the guy? Maybe he'd do better with
Exactly. Yep.
better personnel, but he still, like, I didn't, I don't recall any of their plays being super dynamic. And obviously, I'd have to go back and look at the film to really get a clear picture of that. But the image I have in my mind, if he were to be the offensive coordinator since he's spent 7 years with the Niners, I think it would be very Kyle Shanahan, like that kind of run heavy, the awesome fucking plays that they have over there. And I think that would be really cool. That's a system that Mike
Hmm.
Vrabel's already familiar with. It would be sweet. Like that would be probably one of my higher up candidates just because the planets all seem aligned there. Everything seems to make sense. Like if you look at that resume, you're like, okay, like that seems about as good of a resume as you're gonna get. You worked with the two
Yeah.
best head coaches in the league that are no longer named Bill Belichick. Like that's a pretty fucking good resume. It's not like he was the Titans offensive coordinator and then he moved over to, fucking any of
Yeah.
the Browns. Like no
The
one's excited
Cardinals
about that.
offensive
Yeah,
coordinator or some shit.
100%.
Yeah.
No one's excited about that. Like the
Yeah.
Cardinals, what the hell have they done the last
Yeah.
5 years?
I think this is in kind of it's going to be the case when we talk about offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. This isn't quite like head coach. Eh, Listen, whoever you want to bring in, like I don't think any of us feel strongly enough to hate any signing or love any signing at this moment in time.
Mhm.
It's kind of like, you know what? Whoever can come in, we just need you to maximize Drake May or take advantage of Drake May. Because Drake May, what we see, he is the clay, he is the ball, he is the mold. But he has to be molded just like Belichick did to Brady. All the talent, all the signs were there, but all the buttons and levers had to be pushed and pulled at the right time. We just need an offensive coordinator to come in and work with Brable to do that. Arthur Smith is another one, guys, former Falcons head coach. I'm sure you guys remember. He was a former Titans offensive coordinator. Two years he was there with Brable. He's the current Pittsburgh Steelers offensive coordinator. He kind of runs play action, zone running, tight end heavy schemes. I wouldn't hate that for Drake May. But does the Pittsburgh offensive coordinator thing, does that dissuade you from him being here? I'm happy he's a coordinator, I guess. How do you guys feel about that? Old white dude.
I
Like,
mean,
I don't know.
all right, I'm just gonna say this. The guy that I want to be the Patriots offensive coordinator,
Say it.
I'm gonna be basic, Josh McDaniels. And
Okay,
here's
because that's
why.
the next guy we're going to talk about. Yep.
Okay, then I'll wait. Then I'll hold off. But Arthur Smith, I
Okay.
mean,
Cool.
Arthur Smith,
Just a
again, it
bunch of
just
stuff.
nothing stands out. Again, nothing's just like, wow, oh my gosh, like this is the guy to pair with Drake
Mm-mm.
May. Like,
No, maybe Nick Cayley or Mike LaFleur. Those might be the guys where I'd be like, okay, cool. Maybe Marcus Brady, if you want to talk about the guys that they've had in, that might be it. But again, like I said, I'm not strong enough in my belief to any of them. It's kind of like, listen, you know what? Like if you can do it, you can do it. I think everybody has to be plucked from somewhere when you're a coordinator.
mhm.
Sorry, Liam, I kind of cut in front of you, but yeah, before we get to Josh McDaniels, just kind of overall thoughts on the people right now or anything.
There was another name that intrigued me, and he was the talk of the NFL for 2 weeks, and then no one gave a fuck because his team had a complete and total meltdown and everything shit the bed. But for 2 weeks, his play calling was fucking
Who?
dynamic, and he had me studying his play calling because they killed teams in the first 2 weeks of the season. Any guesses before I reveal?
Nope.
It's
Josh
the most
McCown?
random team. No.
Who?
Clint Kubiak for the New
Oh
Orleans
yeah.
Saints.
Yeah,
Forgot
yeah.
about Clint
Everyone was
Kubiak.
flipping out about Clint Kubiak, brother to fucking the
Gary
Kubiak,
Kubiak.
Gary
Mike
Kubiak, who won the
Kubiak.
Super Bowl. Yeah, one of
Yeah.
them. They're one of the Kubiaks.
A lot of
But
Kubiaks out there.
yeah, they were just fucking everywhere. But
I bet they looked their names up on Twitter, just like I did, supposedly.
yeah, like that offense was so dynamic for the first 2 weeks, and then it all died out. And the Saints had an array of injuries where they had Shaheed go down with a broken leg. Derek Carr was in and out of the lineup all season. Chris
Mhm.
Olave got his 18th concussion and got his skull dented in. Like they just completely fell apart. They were on like their third string quarterback by week 7. But like maybe it's just because the offense was so sick in the first 2 weeks and then people game planned it and maybe he has a super predictable offense. But I thought that was a fucking awesome offense that he was running, getting
Mhm.
Kamara in space with guards in front of him, getting Taysom Hill going. And even down the stretch later in the season, Taysom Hill has his best game ever, probably ruined some of your fantasy football weeks that time around when he went for 180 some odd yards, a bunch receiving, a bunch rushing.
Ridiculous.
Taysom Hill went crazy, and this was all drawn up in the Clint Kubiak offense, where he worked very intimately with Mike Shanahan. Like it seems like they were really tight. So I think that's an interesting name at
I didn't
very
even think
least.
about
Like
that.
I'd get psyched up about something like that.
I didn't even
Or
think about
Kyle
that name.
Shanahan. Mike's the older dude. He's probably
Yeah.
not
That would be
ready
I don't
intriguing.
think
anymore.
he's coming back. Yeah. Yeah. Clint Kubiak would be a good one. All right. I didn't say, listen, if it happens, I'm clipping this up and I'm posting it. I'm going to be like, yo, Tuck
Please.
Rule takes had it first. Let's go.
You know
Fuck,
it. I
fuck the
think
Minifans.
that would be a layup, like at very least interview, like at least bring him in because then
Why not?
I'd get psyched. And there's enough of a body of work for 2 weeks that he was literally talked about in the same era as Ben Johnson. Like obviously Ben Johnson's established, but people were like, "Look at
Mhm.
this dude's offense!" Like Shaheed was like the number one waiver wire pickup to start the
Mhm.
season because he had like 5 touchdowns the first 6 weeks,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
then
No,
broke his
that'd be a good
fucking
one.
leg.
I didn't even think of him. I didn't even think of him. But yeah, so I mean we'll add that to the list too. It'd be funny if he gets an interview. Yeah, I didn't even think of it. But he's an established name. Like you say, he's called plays. That'd be good to see him in there. Um, but the big name everybody keeps talking about, and now I'm gonna alley oop it to you in a second.
Mhm.
But it's Josh McDaniels. My quick thought on it, I don't know why everybody like immediately just assumed that he would be the guy. Well, like I do know because it's like, oh, maybe they're gonna bring back things they're comfortable with. Vrabel hasn't mentioned him other than when he was asked about him and it was kind of like pulling teeth. He was like, yeah, we have a relationship with him, but there's it's a long list. Josh McDaniels hasn't really like come out and either met with the Patriots, spoken to them, kind of visited them again, not even as an official visit, just like came back. Like there's really been no back and forth. This report really just comes from it's something that maybe the Crafts would want to go back to because of McDaniel's. One, he is a stable choice. He had Mac Jones have his best year, one of the best rookie seasons ever. So I don't know how you guys feel about Josh McDaniels now that we're getting down to it. But Al, you want to bring him up before
Yep.
Josh McDaniels. Go.
All right. So there's a couple reasons why I want Josh McDaniels to be the Patriots offensive coordinator. Number one, you don't have to pay the guy. The guy's still getting checks from the Raiders. So you can use that money that you would spend on an offensive coordinator to put into your players that you want to get in free agency, to put into draft picks. So that's number
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, look at what he did in 2021 in Mac Jones' rookie year. These are the point totals that they put up in Mac Jones' rookie season: 16, 25, 13, 17, slow start; 25, 29, 54, 27, 24, 45, 25, 36, 14 in that game where it was snowing crazy in Buffalo; 17, 21, 50, 24. So, I mean,
With Mac
you're,
Jones.
you heard a lot of 20s, you heard some 30s, you even had an occasional 40 and 50 point
Mm-hmm.
game. My point is that he knows how to put an offense together. And I've said this before. There's a difference between being a head coach where you have to run everything and a coordinator where you're just running your unit.
Yep.
Josh McDaniels knows how to run his unit. And I've seen a lot of people on Twitter be like, "Oh, he had Brady. Oh, let's not act like he was good without Brady." I understand that, but the other opportunities where he didn't have Brady, he was a head coach both times, both in Denver and in Las Vegas. And not for nothing, but who are the quarterbacks that he had? He had Derek Carr,
Mm-hmm.
and Derek Carr I think got a raw deal in Vegas, but that's just me. And Derek
Yeah.
Carr was good. I think it was the season before McDaniels came in, but he was still decent when he was with the Raiders. So when you put those couple of things together, and another thing too, this is my third reason. I feel like McDaniels would actually stick around for a little bit
Yep.
because you get one of these offensive coordinators like a Clint Kubiak, or you got like, you know, whoever, right? If they do a really good job, they're going to get a head coaching opportunity next year. So then they're going to be gone. You're looking at, and I'm just saying, if you don't bring in Josh McDaniels, you're looking at bringing in your fifth offensive coordinator in 5 years. McDaniels in 21, the combination of Patricia and Judge in 22, O'Brien in 23, Van Pelt in 24. If you don't bring back McDaniels, you're looking at your fifth one in 5 years. The good teams that win have continuity. Look at what the Lions are doing. I know Ben Johnson just signed with the Bears today to be their head coach, but before that, him, Dan Campbell, and Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator, have been together for 3 years. So they were building this up. So
Yeah.
if you want that continuity, and look at,
Some
again,
build
look at
up.
all the, what's up, man?
Said some build up.
Right, but right. And look at all the years, but look at all the years the Patriots were good in the past. When they were good in the first three Super Bowls they had consistently Charlie Weiss as offensive coordinator, Romeo Crennel as defensive coordinator. They had McDaniels in the, second three, and they had Brian Flores, and they had that continuity again.
Bill O'Brien.
Dante
Yep.
Bill
Scarnecchia.
O'Brien, Matt Patricia before he
Yep.
took the Lions job, like there were pieces in place. If you want to rebuild this thing, you need coaches that are going to last. And I just think Josh McDaniels is that guy that no one's going to really give him a head coaching opportunity, at least for another couple of years. So why not bring in a guy that, again, knows how to coach in New England? You don't have to pay him, can coach offense, and
Dude, you
everything
sold
else.
you just sold you sold me on it. I think that's important. Vrabel can do his thing. Everybody wants to call him a defensive minded head coach. Kind of is. He can handle that part. Say, Josh, here you go, man. Handle this. Come to me if you need issue or if you have any issues or have questions. Yeah. Liam, Josh McDaniels, how you feeling about all that?
I'll present the argument against him, and that's not how I feel, but let's just, and
We
I'll
have
get
to
to what I, what
for
I
sake of
what I
discussion. Yeah.
think. But like Josh McDaniels has a set offense. He's going to run that offense. He's ran that here. He ran that in Denver. He ran that in Las Vegas, and I think he was in Oakland for a year. Maybe I'm wrong, but like he ran that everywhere he was, and he will run that again when he gets here. That offense is not a Kyle Shanahan offense. It's not a Sean McVay offense. It's nothing modern. It is not anywhere close to modern. There's not a ton of motion pre-snap. You're not like going to do any of the new age stuff that you see Cliff Kingsbury doing with the Washington Redskins. None of that stuff is going to
Commanders.
happen in Josh McDaniels' offense. So people don't want, yes, Mr. Politically Correct, old white guys, they're the worst. But like
Yeah.
the none of that's going to happen. So it's not a sexy pick, and people don't want that. New is always better is a terrible phrase that I hear all the time, and I don't exactly believe it, but there is some merit to it because people truly believe something new is better. You can
Mhm.
get a new iPhone that does the exact same thing as it did the year before, but people will still pay $1,500 for it because it's new, and it gives the illusion of new. So that's why people don't want him. But that's why people don't want him. But I still think that offense fucking works, and I would still like to see it. He's really had success at every point in his career with the Patriots, even that Cam Newton year. And yes, I did pull up some stats for the Cam Newton year. Cam averaged 9.1 rush attempts per game in his one season here, the highest of his career. Bingo, bango, bongo. His 12 rushing touchdowns was second highest of his career, and he missed that one fucking game because of COVID that we totally should have won. Respectable effort by Brian Hoyer. His passer rating, 82.9, was just a hair, just a hairline fracture, just a smidge off his 10-year average with the Carolina Panthers, which was 85.4. He basically took Cam Newton when everyone said he was washed, even though I knew he wasn't washed. That would be the narrative out there. Took a washed Cam Newton and got the same or better production out of him than at very least the 2 years earlier. What his offense does, it works. He will tailor it to his quarterbacks. On the Julian Edelman podcast, Josh McDaniels was on there, and Edelman said, "What would you do with Drake May?" And he goes, "Well, I
Hmm.
would run more quarterback runs with him. He's a Josh Allen type. He's a big guy. We don't want him running through guys, but you can put him in position where it's that signature beautiful Michael Vick play. Oh, that used to work like money on the goal line in 2010 when McNabb was still starting. They'd bring him in as a Tebow role, and Mike Vick would be in the backfield, direct snap at him. You run left, you run right, you run behind a fullback, and that is where I'm going to wrap up my argument here. The minute I heard Mike Vrabel say he wants to bring a fullback back to New England, I realized we had something special here. I
Hmm.
heard the last two L's in fullback, and I was like, I know where he's going with this. Super Bowls are back. We have something incredible here. He is going to get back to fundamental grassroots Midwest football, and he is bringing a hearty grotesque man to our backfield to block for our running back. And that is the exact system that Josh McDaniels runs. Every offense Josh McDaniels has, they have a fullback. When he was in Vegas, they
Yep.
took Jakob Johnson from us
That's
because
who they're
he's a
saying they're going to
big
bring
balling
back.
fullback. And if they
Yep.
brought Jakob Johnson back
Oh.
here, I gotta say I would be elated. I would be absolutely elated. So I gotta say, I'm all in for all the right reasons.
Mhm.
He did well with Cam Newton, and he's bringing in a fullback, and that is only the only body of work I need. I see those two things, and I'm in. Bingo, bango,
Yep.
bongo. Give me that.
All
Signed,
right.
sealed, delivered.
I think we all are kind of co-signing McDaniels for different reasons, kind of somewhat different reasons, but kind of all the same. I just like that he would be someone who knows how to call plays, knows he's a professional, knows how to run the offense. Sure, Liam, you said it. It's not the sexy pick. It's not the updated Ben Johnson
It's
type
not what anyone
offense.
wants.
No, but it's also, you know what? Sometimes you have to eat your fucking greens.
Yeah.
You have to eat them to
That
grow
is
big and strong.
exactly it. That is
That's what
exactly
this
it.
would be.
Because when you go in for a job interview with any other team, they're going to want you to pull up Rams footage or 49ers footage from the last 3 years and go, we're going to run concepts like these. And you have a higher chance of getting the job than you
Mhm.
would if you go in and pull up Josh McDaniels tape from 2020 or 2012 or any of the years that he had success and go, we're going to do this. They'd be like,
You know what?
mm,
I can see because if you look at it right now, the four teams that are in the playoffs, the Eagles, they're your RPO. They run a lot more than they pass.
yeah,
That's their type of offense.
don't have a fullback.
Not
It's
really your
fucking
new
despicable.
age offense, but just kind of like your more college inspired one. The Bills, not quite as new age, but definitely kind of like your solid offense going on there. The Commanders, nothing, nothing crazy, no Ben Johnson esque type things or anything like that at all. Then you have the Chiefs, who I mean, Andy Reid is an offensive minded head coach.
Also,
He's got
don't
some
have a
crazy things
fullback.
going
It's
on.
just disgusting.
But I could see the Patriots offense becoming like a Bills type of an offense where like you do still have, some good passes, they good at running, all that stuff. So yeah, man, I'd be happy. I'd be happy with it. I know that Patriots fans aren't going to like it. Because like for all the reasons that we said why people might not like it, but guys, you don't need the sexy picks. You don't need the sexy play. You need the players that are going to work. We learned this for 20 years with Belichick. It's not always the great names. It bring in the right names, the right players, the right stuff. I think McDaniels might be the guy. But the thing is, like I said, and we'll wrap up McDaniels here, there hasn't even been a smidgen of anything other than people saying it would make sense. Other than that, Vrabel's bringing in guys that he's had coaching relationships with and stuff like that. It hasn't happened with McDaniels. So
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure, Al, you and I talked about it. We were both wrong. I thought that there was going to be some sort of McDaniels news today. Nothing. I thought we'd have it done by, the end of the week. I
Yeah.
don't think that's what's going to happen. But yeah, I would still like to see them potentially bring him in because I think he might be the guy. But I think other than him, real quick, guys, if we had to say who we'd want, I'm going Mike LaFleur if we had to pick out of these guys right
interesting.
now
I'm still going to
because he's
stick
an
with Josh
offensive
McDaniels.
coordinator. Yeah,
Call me the wild card, Clint Kubiak. Like let's roll some dice.
let's
It'd
go
be
Cliff
fun,
Kingsbury. You really want to get wild.
dude. I would
Um,
kill for
Super
Cliff
Bowl,
Kingsbury.
Super Bowl. Yeah,
Oh,
Super Bowl. No big defensive coordinator, no crazy stuff. I'm not gonna go through everything, but there's really two names Bobby King, the Eagles linebackers coach right now. Again,
Monster.
to the surprise of nobody, he has a connection to Mike Vrabel. He was on the Tennessee coaching staff over there. The name that everybody's talking about that could be the front runner for defensive coordinator, Terrell Williams. He's the Lions defensive line coach. I'm
Mhm.
immediately in if you're a defensive line coach.
Yep.
Love it. I just feel like you're that fucking like
Yeah.
sick, whatever.
I'd have to get a look at him. He'd need to
Oh, he
look like a
is.
defensive line
Look him
coach to me.
up. He
Okay,
is. Yeah,
cool.
no, he is. He was with the Titans from 2018 to 2023. He was a defensive line coach there. Vrabel liked him so much. Vrabel's last year there, he promoted him to assistant head coach. That is what makes me think that he's going to be the guy right there because Vrabel trusts him. I think that's what Vrabel's trying to build. But that's those are really the guys for defensive coordinator. There's no one else has really been mentioned other than what's his name, Crow, who I guess they requested an interview
Mhm.
with. I want to ask you guys this though. Did do you find it weird, and Al, you and I kind of touched on it, that no news about Alex Van Pelt or Demarcus Covington has come up. Do you think that maybe on the Alex Van Pelt side, he might still be somewhat in the running? There's just Vrabel wants to see other stuff, like he knows all he needs to know from him. Or with Covington, I guess took an interview where over at the Bengals, I think, if I remember correctly. He had a visit over there, I think. But there hasn't been any news one way or another if these guys are staying or leaving. Do you find that weird? Do you find that just it's good that there's no leaks getting out? Or like where do you guys stand on that? Because I do think it's kind of no red flag, but it's kind of like, ah shit, like they're out of the job without being out of the job, you know?
It's kind of nice to, in a way, to go back to how things were, where we didn't know a lot until it was official. Like I feel like the last couple of years, the Patriots organization has kind of gone away from that, where a lot of stuff has gotten leaked out. There's been a lot more. There's
Robin
been a lot
Glazier.
more leaked. What's that?
It's Robin Glazier, man. That's who it is.
Yeah, a
Leaking
lot
shit.
more has been like leaked out to the media and everything like that. So, you know what? I'm okay with it for now, but within the next couple of weeks, I would like to know, okay, who's your offensive coordinator? Who's your defensive coordinator? All right, now you got 2 months to prep everything. You have a month to prep everything for free agency. Then you got 2 months till the draft if you finish everything the next couple of weeks. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Liam, no news on the coordinators. What do you think? Do you think that Alex Van Pelt, who I wanted to ask you guys, do you kind of sucks that he's probably out of the job though, right?
You think so?
I don't know. I think it's I don't know that they had two people come in and visit. Like you have to think like in my
Yeah.
head, I thought it's like listen, like AVP, I know what you bring. I'm not announcing anything because as of right now, you are still in the running. You're still the offensive coordinator. But if I find someone better, then I'm gonna get rid of you. I could see Mike Vrabel kind of being no nonsense like that. I don't know. I think Covington's gone because I think Covington
Yeah.
is actively looking for other jobs. I think he should be gone. Listen, we just got a clean house. Alex Van
Yeah.
Pelt, I would like for him to stay on, but I don't think he's going to. But
Yeah. Like I'd love for him to be the quarterbacks coach,
that's what I was
and
thinking.
that's
Yeah.
just entirely up
mhm.
to him to take a lesser role.
But I don't think so because I feel like someone will reach out to him. I think that he's an established name
Who the
enough
fuck wants
where,
to touch a coach after a four and whatever season? Like
yeah,
Mike
but you know what
Vrabel
they'll
was
see though?
jobless for a year.
They'll see. Yeah, that's Bill Belichick is jobless in the
Yeah.
NFL.
Fucking
I
can you
think
imagine?
they might see Drake May's progression and be like, listen, we have a quarterback we want to get going or whatever. Like maybe let's bring him in or kind of as like an assistant role, passing coordinator, which like I don't think I've ever heard fucking passing coordinator more than I have the last like few weeks, but
Seriously.
Mhm.
it's crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. Um, but yeah, it's interesting. All the coordinator news. Do you got anything else on the coordinators, coaching stuff like that you guys had to get into? Because I want to ask you guys one more question, just real quick. We
Nope.
are over a week into the Vrabel hire. How are we feeling? We still feeling good about it? How do we like?
Really
Because
good.
he did a bunch of interviews that day, kind of going in there. I'll throw my thoughts out there first, of course, and then I want to throw it to you guys. I want to know what you guys have to say as well. But yeah, I'm all in. I like it. I think it's good. You got the second era or the second dynasty linebacker. He didn't work out, so you know what we're gonna do? We're going to go back to the first era dynasty. We're going to get Mike Vrabel. That's kind of how it seems. I like it. In his opening press conference, he brought up a lot of good stuff. Accountability. That was the one thing. We're going to take entitlement out of the team. That was a big phrase, big word that he said that people kind of locked onto there. Yeah, I think he's going to be a really, really, really good fit. I'm excited for what he's going to do. I'm excited for the press conferences. I think those are going to be good. I'm excited for the good in-game management. I'm excited for a lot of stuff. Of course, we got to think about who the coordinators are, but we're talking just Vrabel. I'm still all in. I still like it very, very much. I take it you guys do too, or did anything sway you to like it more or less from the last time we recorded, or how do you guys feel right now?
I'm just all in on Mike Vrabel right now. He is going to turn around the culture, and I can't wait to see how he does it.
Yes. Yes. Culture. Liam.
He said he's bringing in a fullback.
I know. You heard fullback.
They could have brought in James Earl Ray as our head coach, and if he says we're bringing in a fullback, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Do you guys know who James Earl Ray is?
No, I thought you were going to say James Earl Jones. It's going to be
I know,
Darth
I
Vader.
do too.
Who are you talking about?
No, no one
No idea. James Earl
on
Ray.
this day, no less.
I know the day, but see now I feel like shit. See now you're okay. What? Who?
The guy who killed MLK.
Oh, I don't pay attention to that. I don't pay attention to death. Bad.
It's always
things,
guys with
negativity,
3 names, except for
which
the
is
guy who
weird.
killed. Yeah,
Which
except
is
for the guy who
strange.
killed JFK's brother. That was Sirhan Sirhan.
Was it the real guy though? We don't
No,
know.
probably
We
not.
don't know.
Probably the
Yeah.
mafia.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, just like Trump got shot in the ear, but his ear looks fine. No, we don't know who dies or who didn't die.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm in for Mike Vrabel. I like it. Very excited
Yeah.
about the team. The fact that Elliot Wolf is staying on, that's another thing. Just a quick thing. How do you guys feel about that? I'm fine with it. I think we've talked about it a little bit here and there, but it looks official that he is going to stay on. Vrabel is still bringing in his guys as we spoke about.
Mhm.
But Elliot Wolf does still seem to be the guy that's going to stay. Good. I think he deserves it. I think he got a shitty hand last year. I'm in, like I said before to start the episode, he has like this new system he's implementing or some shit like that. Elliot Wolf and Vrabel, they already got inside jokes, as Vrabel said in his opening press thing. How do you guys feel about that? The old regime, the only guy basically
buddy.
other than special teams that's staying on. Elliot Wolf, how do you feel?
A little weird about the inside joke. Not gonna lie, that was a little odd. I was like,
Yeah,
all right,
you know,
all right,
yeah.
whatever.
Why?
Yeah.
It's like 2 days, like you meet and then all
Because
of a
Al
sudden,
doesn't have any inside jokes with anybody.
It's true. Yeah, you
He's
don't really
jealous.
seem like an inside jokes kind of guy.
He doesn't
yeah,
joke. He's a
nah,
teacher.
no inside jokes.
Teachers don't joke.
Well, we
Yeah.
try to make jokes, but then we just get snickered at, behind our backs. That's usually how it works.
Snickered at? What are you, born in
Yeah.
1940?
Well, to be fair, I do a lot of snickering.
But yeah, Elliot Wolf. Any other really thoughts about him being here? I'm fine with it. I'm cool.
Yeah,
I got a lot
give
of
him
people
another
who-
offseason, like we said.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
Yeah.
trifling by the media.
trifling. That I love that word. I am not to be
Love it.
trifled with. Not
Yeah,
to be
it's so
trifled
good.
with. Pay attention,
Uh,
Minifans. I'm not to be trifled with. Sorry. That is going to be in the episode title. Whatever the title is,
good.
featuring Minifans. Just saying.
Yes, please. So 4 teams left in the playoff race. I know you guys were all buckling for Detroit, and I tried to tell you to get off that sinking ship. You guys, I'm here to throw you a life preserver. What team are we going with riding to the Super Bowl? Because your fucking Lions ship hit a fucking iceberg and it's going down
It
quick.
was bad. Ben Johnson
It
with
was.
trick plays for no reason.
Yeah, that worked really well, huh? Kind of a good thing we got
Al,
Mike
who do
Vrabel.
you? I guess I can't go Chiefs.
No.
I can't go Bills.
Fuck no.
I sure as shit can't go Eagles. Trash town, trash city, trash team,
You
trash people,
bitch.
trash fans. I think by default, I have to go Commanders, I guess.
You're
I'm-
awful.
I'm hoping for a Bills Commanders Super Bowl. And then
Oh, you
and then I don't care.
tool.
And then I don't care after.
You
Then
know
I'm-
what?
You are
I'm not
such a
even. I'm
tool.
going for Kendrick Lamar. That's why I'm watching this.
God.
I don't give
There
a
you go.
shit
You
about
guys
these
are
teams right
such dweebs. You,
now. Who you
you
going
will-
for?
gee,
Philly
what a
Liam.
fucking, it's tough to guess. Oh, fuck me.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Eagles
Come
hat.
on,
He
guys.
just showed an Eagles hat to the camera. If you're
You have an
listening.
opportunity to hop on the bandwagon of the Super Bowl winning team, and you guys are just letting your spite and
They're not good.
your own petty shit get in the way. Oh, they're good.
Yes,
They're
I hate
really
them. I
good.
am a hater for them.
Liam, Liam, you've made me think
They're
about something,
good.
and you
They're
know what?
good.
I'd like to sing you a little song,
Please
if I may.
take it
Mike, should I
away.
sing it?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, are you ready? Die, Eagles, die on the road to misery.
No one's
Die,
ever sang that
Eagles,
ever, so
die on
yeah.
Ever.
the
This is
road
a
to
exclusive.
misery.
I see why you're a math
E
teacher
N
now.
That
G
Fucking
Pepper
L
terrible.
E S suck.
Dude,
Okay.
they have the worst sound.
Well, that was
Fly,
terrible.
Eagles,
It's pretty catchy.
fly.
It's
It's
pretty catchy though.
dumb.
There's a reason you
It's
guys know the
dumb.
song. There's a reason you guys know the song though.
No,
It's
because I heard
catchy.
everybody singing it, and I was
Yeah,
like, "Oh my
because it's
God, this is
catchy.
like
It's catchy.
JETS, suck, suck, suck." Oh
Yeah,
my
well,
God.
they actually suck. The other one's about to
Fly,
go to their
Eagles, fly.
second Super Bowl in 5 years. Pretty good. Okay, so let's end this on a nice, lighthearted topic here. Just like a quick one. We can get the fuck out of here.
We're talking
I
about
want
the
to
bread
hear.
in the fridge.
I want to hear no, your three favorite fullbacks from your childhood, Mike. Yes, this can be like John Reagan's and stuff from the 80s. They count as fullbacks. Larry Zonka.
Okay, mine. I gotta go James Devlin. He's my number one.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta go him.
Yep, money.
I gotta go Mike Juszczyk, whatever. Love
Kyle
him.
Juszczyk.
Kyle Juszczyk. Who's Mike?
Yep.
I'm Mike.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
he's an
forgot.
innovator.
Forgot
Yeah,
my name.
Kyle Juszczyk is the fucking man from
Kyle
Harvard, no
Juszczyk.
less.
Love him. And then I gotta go Jakob Johnson, the German tank.
Yep.
I'm a big
Those
fan.
were literally
The Panzer.
those were literally the
Yeah.
three that I was gonna take.
I'm
not
missing
even
one in
joking.
particular. I
These
can't
are
think
terrible.
of who it is. I'm missing one. I'm sure you're gonna say it. Who are
I
yours?
I was gonna say I got a better one after, but I got a better question real quick. But
Well, what about the fullback from the 2000s? He was
Yeah,
a
who?
monster.
That's who. Oh, Mike
He wa-
Evans.
No,
Not Mike
Heath
Evans.
Evans.
Keith
Keith Evans.
Evans.
Guys,
Yeah,
I just want to say Mike for everybody.
seriously, dude. Not everyone's name is Mike. You got a very generic ass name, but
Goddamn.
just that doesn't mean everyone's Mike Sullivan.
And,
Mike
Um,
LaFleur, Mike
okay.
Evans, Mike May.
Won the Super Bowl with the Saints too.
real quick,
Wait.
Ohio.
What are your fullbacks?
I already told you the same as
Same
Mike.
as me. Same as me.
That's
Who are
not
yours?
fair.
Who are
I'm not
yours?
saying it is fair. It's the three that I liked, and he picked them. Sorry.
Al doesn't give a fuck about fullbacks. That's what this means.
Yes, so this is fucked up. Like
Who are
this
yours?
is
Who are yours? Who
this
are
is
yours? Heath Evans.
washboard football. No, it's not Heath Evans. It
Don't
would
say
be-
Larry Zonka. Don't go back to
No, no, no,
fucking...
no, 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 no. It would be like Lorenzo Neal blocking for LaDainian
Yep.
Tomlinson,
Okay,
Tony
yep.
Richardson blocking for Priest Holmes, and then to round it all out, got to go with the man. He used to score a touchdown in week one of every season, then he'd never score another touchdown, but every week one, you could always count on him for a touchdown. Vontae Leach, the old Ravens fullback, big bad
Yep.
number 44.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yep.
God,
No,
you
no,
guys
you
really
got
have
him.
to
You got
brush
him.
up
I
on your
forgot Heath
fullback
Evans. I
knowledge.
forgot
I'm
Heath
so
Evans.
disappointed in you guys.
I forgot Heath Evans.
Real quick, national championship, Ohio State, Notre Dame. Who do you guys want or like?
I watch real
Ooh,
sports. I'm sorry.
you suck.
Although I do have a couple bets going on this game. So
Yeah, so shut up.
Yeah,
Who are you
you're a
taking?
tool.
You know what? I'm gonna go Notre Dame.
Dig out.
Irish. I'm in.
Fighting Irish, baby.
I'm going
I'm-
Ohio State.
I'm Irish. Of course.
Al just wants to win.
Listen, who do I think is gonna win? I don't fucking know. Probably Ohio State because they're like the better team. Oh, wide receiver from Ohio State was it Emeka?
Oh,
Whatever.
It's not a Mecca. Oh, Christ.
Potential.
like
Oh no, I got
Og-
it. Hold on, guys. I got it. I got his,
Duke or something.
yeah, I'll tell you right now because you know why? I got it. I got the bets pulled up right now. Emeka Egbuka or whatever. Potential Patriots target. Patriots fans get to know this name. Could be on the team next season. So just pay attention. He might be there. I think that's it, guys. I think we covered everything we had to. I think we had a good episode. I got nothing else to say unless you guys have anything you
nothing
need
else.
to
Rounds
get
it
off
out.
to the fans, the TRT fans, the Minifans, whoever you want to fan out with.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy, man. I wish you guys could see my Twitter feed. It's nuts. Scrolling through and seeing someone say, "Who the fuck is Mike Sullivan?" and knowing you're the Mike Sullivan, it's crazy.
It's
That
very
must be a
funny.
trip.
It's crazy.
It's tough
I was
being
like,
so popular.
this is nuts. This is
And
nuts.
when the Birds go to the Super Bowl next week, I'll take any and all bets. Any amount of money. I will bet all of you whatever you want. I'll bet you right now on next week too if you guys are feeling dangerous. Whatever you desire. Any
Speaking of
amount of
money,
money.
I might be going to the Pro Bowl tickets right now. I can go for $23.
Oh yeah,
So I
they're
might
by
be
you,
going.
right?
Yeah, I might be going. Yeah. It's like 2.5 hours away, just about.
Why
So
not? Are they
yeah.
free?
All right.
No, $23. So pretty much.
Yeah, basically, yeah,
Like,
that's about
so
right.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, so if you guys don't have anything, we're not going to talk about the Eagles anymore. We're not going to talk about any teams until next week. And we'll talk about who's going to the
You guys
Super Bowl,
brush
obviously.
up on your fullbacks and come back to me
I
next
have
time
my
because this is
fullbacks. Al's the one who
despicable.
doesn't give a
You
shit. He
did,
hates
Al. That was
fullbacks like he
just
hates
I
punches.
fully admit
deplorable effort.
I don't give a shit.
God, that was
Horrible.
deplorable effort. The
Horrendous.
fullback.
Throw on a neck
By the
roll
way,
and just go out.
we need to think of our debate topic.
Oh, I have a bunch in the chat or in the
Okay.
notes.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I saw him in the notes app. I got, no, we got
We'll
some.
talk about it in the group chat after this.
Love it.
Yeah, we will. I'm pumped. I can't wait, guys. All
Mm.
right. So big off season, guys. We're gonna be here every week still. So come back. We'll try to record either Sunday or Monday, one of those days. Life happens, miscarriages happen. So we
They
gotta
do.
figure
Yeah.
out, we'll figure out when we record. And then Al, when you do eventually get married, I'm gonna crash it. I'm gonna live tape it. I'm gonna post it on the
Why are
Tuck
you
Rule
gonna
Tapes.
why are you gonna crash it? You're gonna be invited.
Better be in the one. I'll be the ring bearer.
We'll
I'll
make
put
you
the
the
rings on my
flower girl.
nipples.
The ring bear.
I don't give a shit. I'll do that too. I'll put them on my balls. So for Tuck Rule Takes episode 165, is that what it is? Yeah, nice round
Yeah.
number. Al, Liam, I'm Mike. We'll see you next week. Hopefully we have some coordinator news next week. Otherwise, we'll scrounge up some topics to talk about and we'll see you guys then. Okay. Adios.
guys.
Sweet feet. We're saying it.
Later.
Say fucking sweet feet, guys.
Sweet
I did. Sweet feet.